the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, who we consider the Bodhisattva of great compassion. So when you recite this mantra, you're actually trying to connect with the energy of compassion in the universe. Okay? So even the mantra itself, the sound creates a certain vibration that if you recite continuously, you will start your face, your mouth, and then your whole body will start to vibrate in the same frequency. And that's how you create positive energy via reciting mantra. However, just reciting it is not enough. You need to understand what it means. Knowing what it means, then you understand that how you kind of like visualize how this mantra is changing you, taking you from the place where you are not in equilibrium, and then take you into a positive and wholesome frequency. Okay? So, this mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, the name, according to the sutra, is the mantra of great radiance of 6 syllables. Om Mani Padme Hum. 6 syllables. Why great radiance? Because supposedly when you recite this mantra with a very calm and tranquil mind, you turn into light. The light within you starts shining outwards. Now, there is no boundary to this, all depending on whose mind? One's own. Some people recite Om Mani Padme Hum and go, Om Mani Padme Hum, I wish my dad well, I wish my mom well, I wish my home well. So they set limit to that light. But if you release all limitations from the I and the mind towards everyone else and all sentient beings, this light, this vibration, this frequency will emit everywhere. Okay? So, don't underestimate yourself when you recite this mantra or do any kind of practice taught by the Buddha. Because he always said, your practice is limited by your own mind. This compassion that you want to develop, you want to share it with whom? All beings. Not only humans, all beings. Not only your own pets, your own cat or dogs. Every cat and dog, every animal, every being, every living being in the universe. That's how you should understand when you practice. So, let's go to the meaning. Om. It's the sound of Big Bang. And I'm not inventing this. We actually have students who come to learn meditation who are actually researchers in NASA. They identify this sound as a sound of the Big Bang. Okay? So, Om. Repeat with me. Om. Now, Om, where's it coming from? It's not coming from here. When you recite mantra, and you want to recite mantra for a while, it has to come from abdomen. You know, who sings here? Who sings opera here? Nobody. Well, according to what they told me, if you want the vibration to reach out, it has to come from here. Om. Om. Okay. Om in Sanskrit, it literally means homage, respect, adoration. You know, like a lot of veneration. Many, not money. Oh, money coming home. No. No money coming home. Many, 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 like many, right? Many. Okay? Many means gem, jewel. Jewel has a lot of faces. When you shine light into a diamond well cut, what happens? It's like a prism. It's like a prism. It radiates lights all over. So it's actually a symbolism for what? Compassion. So many means compassion. Padme. You have to look at right here. The lotus. Padme. Padme means lotus. Symbolizes what? Wisdom. Why? What does lotus has to do with wisdom? Lotus grows where? Inside the mud or above the mud? Above. The roots are in the mud, but then the stalk will come up and then onto the surface of the pond, and then that's where you get the flower and everything else. But it's nurtured. It feeds on what? Mud. Can you grow lotus on clear water, pure water? Cannot. It symbolizes that we live in this world, this chaotic world, this world of anger, greed, consumerism, all these things. Yet, we don't have to be the same as everyone else. We can be the lotus in the human realm. We can be the lotus that can actually help others to get out of mud. Hong. Hong is actually, it would, to transliterate it would be H-O-N-G. Hong. But the G is silent. Hong. Yeah. So it's Om Mani Padme Hong. Om Mani Padme Hong. And then you can, after you say it, then you can take in your breath and then Om Mani Padme Hong. Om Mani Padme Hong. Om Mani Padme Hong. Om Mani Padme Hong. Like that. So Hong means the union of compassion and wisdom. Why? Why the union of compassion and wisdom? Because according to the Buddha, there is no such thing as compassion without wisdom. How often we think we are being compassionate, yet we are not observant of the needs of the other, and we just try to give them what we want, not what they need. So in order to be compassionate, truly compassionate, you need wisdom. Your intention has to be pure. For the intention to be pure, you have to purify your mind. And purifying your mind is developing what? Wisdom. So compassion must have wisdom to be called compassion. Vice versa. What is wisdom without compassion? Pure intelligence. Just knowing something. When you see the suffering, you go, that's your karma. That's his karma. That's their karma. Has nothing to do with me. So that's not true wisdom. Wisdom has the element of compassion in it. Because wisdom implies the understanding of non-self. When you understand non-self, then you treat all beings, all parents as your own parents, all children as your own children. You will feel compassion equally for all beings. So that's why Om Mani Padme Hum means the union, homage to the union of compassion and wisdom. That's what it means. It's clear? Okay. So when you are, for those of you who are great at drawing, artistic, you can actually visualize a gem on top of a lotus flower. That would be like the union. Yeah, like, the gem, the diamond, like sitting on top of that lotus flower. While you recite, you visualize like lotus flower and then gem sitting on top. And then one step further, you merge that diamond or gem and lotus with yourself. And all the while, you recite Om Mani Padme Hum. Now, how do we recite? 1 year listening to the recording, another year listening to your own voice. That's how we recite. Okay? And I have to say that because we have had people who go, they decided that Om is really good, so they say Om, 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 while everyone else is Om Mani Padme Hum. So you have to follow. You have to harmonize with the group. We have to make this room, this hall in Van Dusen vibrate. Windows, roof, ground. Shall we? Okay. So, now, one thing about the recording. When I did the recording, and I did the recording 5 tracks inside a studio, the glass in the studio was all vibrating. And I did it at 70 beats. What's 70 beats per minute? What is that? Well, 72, but I put 70. Yeah. So we actually, when you recite this, when you are chanting, you should feel calm and pace yourself. And when you already feel you cannot change your breath, then listen and then continue again. Okay? So, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Let's all stand up, please. Let's recite standing up first. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Please sit down. Just sit down. And continue chanting. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And then now we'll ask Venerable Shosao to show us how you can walk and Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme. Let's say Om is left foot, so it's but normal walking, not slow. Om. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om. Okay. I can give you an example of my students in South America, in Argentina, reciting like this. Just something that happened. One day, a young girl was going home after work, but it was about 10:30 at night. And it was kind of dark in the street. So she felt kind of scared. She felt like this uneasiness, this fear in the mind. Okay. Question. Fear. What does fear attract? Chaos. Fear attracts violence. Fear attracts negative things. And she saw some rowdy people up in the front, a few blocks away, but they were like drunk. But she needs to go to the bus stop. So guess what she did? Om Mani Padme Hum. Not out loud, but in her mind, but walking and just reciting. For some reason, that group, seeing her walking towards them, like going past it, they just went away. But she used this mantra, she applied it in that moment to remove the fear from her mind. I'm not saying that her intention was to walk towards danger. No. She needed to go to the bus stop. She needed to go through that place. But she did it with a different kind of energy. I'll give you an example that you totally understand. Do you know that in a group of lionesses, they can smell fear? Animal can smell fear, you know that, right? Who here watches Cesar Milan's Dog Whisperer? I always tell parents, watch that and train your kids like that. Oh no, up to age 3 maybe. But I'm using this example to tell you that fear, if it's even in your head, in quantum mechanics, you change the particle, the energy around you. When a dog owner says to the dog, don't do that, and he starts shouting, but the dog still won't listen. Why? Because the sound is very loud, don't do that, but the mind is saying, please don't do that. And then the creature captures that fear, that energy, and then won't go along with it. But Cesar shows how it's done, and he says, sit nicely, calmly, but unwaveringly. And then they go, uh-oh. That's the leader of the pack is here. You get it? So we're humans, but we have this part of us. Very animal too. A lot of times we function. We don't know how to manage that. So you always have to replace your negative energy and have method of turning into positive energy. So just like this morning when we chanted Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, we just went with the vibration, but what were we thinking in our mind? I aspire to be enlightened one. I want to practice the ways of the enlightened ones. I want to follow those who are following the way towards enlightenment, right? And then you're reciting, and then your mind is in a different zone, different dimension. Same thing with this mantra of 6 syllables. Om Mani Padme Hum. You're supposed to connect with what? Compassion and wisdom. Okay, so these are using mantra. So today we're like giving you a supermarket of goods. You know, spiritual tools to take back home, right? You don't even have to wrap it up. You take it in and you practice.